Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have an empties video for you guys. This box got out of control so fast. I try to do these videos every couple of months. Basically when the box is full, I come in, we talk about our beauty garbage. And yeah, we got a big one this time. So get a snack and let's dive straight in. So I like to do these in some kind of order. I'm gonna try to do that today. Let's start with some body products because they're big and taking up a lot of space here. So I did use up a bottle of the Dr. Teal's foaming bath. This is the one, it has Epsom salts in it, but it's like a liquid form, which is kind of nice. I really like this. I would definitely buy this again. I haven't repurchased it. I have a few like bath products that were given to me as gifts that I want to work through first, but I definitely like this better than like putting the salts in the bath. I like this sort of liquid format because you don't get those crunchy bits in the bottom of the bathtub. This was the Soothe and Sleep formula, so it's the lavender version. I think they have maybe like a tea tree one and maybe one other, I'm not really sure. I would definitely try another kind, but I do like this one. I do tend to take my baths at nighttime if I'm gonna take a bath. It's usually not like in the middle of the day, so a sleepy time sort of soothing version is great for me. This, I hate this, oh my gosh. Okay, so this was one of those Spongelle sponges. I got it in a BoxyCharm. I think they come quite often, there's like a hair attached to it, gross. I think they come quite often in like FabFitFun boxes as well. I hated this. I hated it so much. I have received a few of these over the years through BoxyCharm. This is the only one I've ever kept. Usually they came really, really scented and I immediately just decluttered them like this is not for me. But this one I actually really liked the smell of it. I threw the box away. I want to say it was like Pear or something. So I was like, well, I like the smell of it. It doesn't seem super strong. I'm going to give it a shot. So it's like a sponge that's like infused with like a wash, like a body wash. This sponge is so aggressive. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how scratchy it felt on my skin. And like I have really dry, sort of itchy legs. So usually I would like something maybe a little bit abrasive, even just on my legs. And even there, it felt like I was washing myself with sandpaper. I was not a fan. It also completely took my self tanner off. So, I mean, if you're looking for something to take your self tanner off in the shower, this might be a really great option. But it was really aggressive and I did not like it. Definitely would not recommend, definitely would not keep that. If I got another in a BoxyCharm, I would just declutter it. I used up a body wash. So this is the Terre what is this called? Reddition Body Cleanser. This was fine. Again, I got this in a BoxyCharm. It smells really nice. It has that really nice sort of clean herbal scent to it. I think there was like eucalyptus in there. I don't remember. And I don't feel like reading it. It smells really nice. The thing that I didn't like about this is that it really didn't lather very well. So I felt like I had to use a lot to get a good sort of lather. I also think it was valued at like $35 or some crazy thing. And I would never spend that on this tiny bottle of body wash. I went through it really fast because I was using a lot of it because it didn't suds up very nicely. So I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't purchase it. I mean, I didn't purchase it, got it in a BoxyCharm, but if I got another in a BoxyCharm, I would probably keep it. I didn't hate it. I mean, I used it up completely, but it's definitely not one that I would get like excited to use again. I also used up this little box of cotton pads that I had gotten when I did my K-Beauty haul. I did a whole video on some K-Beauty products that were sent to me, and this was sort of included in that set. It was like a little box of like cotton sheets that I was using for my toner. And while I did really like them, like these were really nice to use. They were really soft. There was 100 of them in there, so they lasted a really long time. It was nice to use those with my toner because they weren't absorbing a bunch of the toner. I didn't feel like I was wasting a bunch of product, but I don't normally use products like this. I tend to use my reusable rounds, and if I find those absorb too much of my toner, I just put some in my hand and apply it on my face. I just find it to be a little bit wasteful, but if you're somebody who likes to use these types of like little tissues. I really enjoyed these. They came free with the bottle of toner. I'll link that video in the description box down below. You can go in and check out the products that I tried, and there's links on that video of where to purchase these products. But I did really like these. I wouldn't buy them again, but if I got them in a set like that again, I would definitely use them. I used up this hand wash. So this is from the Hemp line. This was like holiday, I want to say last year. It came in a little duo set with a lotion that I've already used up. I finally used up the hand wash. So this was like a minty taffy scent. It smells really good. The only thing that I didn't like about it, because it's a hand wash, like why is there not a pump on this? Like who's picking this up and like dumping it into their hands? I don't know. That's like a weird little kind of quirk. I don't love that. So what I did with this was I actually poured it into another bottle that had the pump on it. I really liked the scent of it. It smells really good. Almost had like a mint chocolate sort of scent to it. I really, really liked it. These were like limited edition for holidays, so I don't think they're gonna have these again this year. We'll see. It's always hit or miss with the hemp products, like what they're gonna do year to year. Sometimes they'll do a product and then skip a year and do it again. So if these came out again, I would definitely purchase them again, but you know, just working through some of the products that I had kind of in my backup cabinet. I have a couple of the, you know, standard products that I have always in Empties videos. So I did use up a thing of the Tom's deodorant. I've been using the refreshing lemongrass scent, and I really like this one a lot. I really like the Tom's deodorants. They have like a, almost more of a gel sort of texture, but it's not wet, you know, rather than that more like stiff kind of stick formula. So I really, really like these. This is like my go-to natural deodorant at the drugstore that's cruelty-free. I love it so much. I do have another one sitting right over there that I keep here at work. And I did buy a different one this time for home, and I'm liking it okay, but this is kind of my go-to. When all else fails, we get the Tom's. It's really, really good. And then of course I have a toothpaste tube here, and this was a different one. So my husband recently started trying out the native products. I know, he's like on the cruelty-free train. I love that about him. He's like into it. I think a YouTuber that he watches was promoting native on their channel, and he did like a big order. Anyways, he ordered me the toothpaste. So this is their charcoal detoxifying toothpaste, and I liked this a lot. It has like that sort of black color to it. Tasted really good. It had like a nice kind of texture to it. Some of the more natural toothpaste, I don't love the texture of them. I really like this one. The one that I'm using now is the Burt's Bees charcoal, and I like it okay, but I find it doesn't like suds up in your mouth the way that you want it to, where this one really did. This one felt more like a traditional toothpaste, so I would definitely get this again. I think the next time my husband does an order, I'll get him to order me another. We're really liking the native products. I'm actually using the body wash now. I really like that as well. So the products are good. They're not super cheap, but they seem to last a really long time, so I think the value is there. Okay, and the last body product I have in here is this little deluxe sample size of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. I've had this many times. I usually get these small jars in BoxyCharms. It smells divine. Like, this smells so good. If you know, you know. If you've smelt this, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't smelt it, go smell it. It smells amazing. I think my friend Kate gave this to me the last time I was over to see her. I think she just wasn't using it. Anyway, I used it up completely. No problem there. I haven't ever purchased this myself. I do find it a little expensive for a lotion, but I'm always happy to get it like in a BoxyCharm or something like that. It just smells so good. Okay, let's move on to a couple of hair products here. So I do have a shampoo empty. So this is the Design Me Gloss Me Hydrating Shampoo. So Design Me is a Canadian cruelty-free brand. We love that so much. I've been trying out a lot of different cruelty-free shampoo and conditioners over the last year or two, and this would probably be like my number 2 favorite. My number 1 favorite is still the Verb Hydrating Shampoo, but this is a very close second, and actually my husband prefers this one. So we usually just share a shampoo and conditioner because I just use like a hydrating formula. I don't use anything too special. I have a purple shampoo that I use once a week, and then I have something else that I use the rest of the time, and he likes the scent of this one better than the Verb. And I do really like the smell of this. I mean, I like the smell of the Verb, but he doesn't. He thinks it smells like soap, like soapy soap, you know? This one smells nice. It has a little bit more of a floral scent to it, which is like weird that he likes that so much. But the thing that I don't like about, what I mean to say is, What I like better about the Verb is that it does give you a little bit more of a lather, where this one, I find sometimes I have to wash my hair twice. I just really don't want to do that. I know a lot of people do. I don't use a lot of product in my hair. I don't really feel like I should need to wash it twice. If I can get a really good lather and just do it once, I prefer that. I'm lazy, you know? So I do really like this. It does lather up nice, but not quite as well as the Verb one. So, but it does leave the hair feeling really nice. It doesn't leave it feeling stripped or dry or anything like that. I would definitely repurchase this set again. I did have the conditioner to match this. There's a little bit left in the bottle. But you'll see that in another Empties sometime soon. So if you've been looking at this one, if you've been looking at any of the Design Me products, I say go for it. I haven't tried anything from them so far that I haven't liked. The only other hair product I have in here is this one. So this is the Catwalk by Tigi Volume Collection Your Highness Weightless Shine Spray. All the products will be linked down below that I can find. I don't know that they make this anymore. I've had this for a very long time. This is one of the products that I've been keeping here at the salon. I have like a dry shampoo, a heat protecting spray, a hairspray, and then some sort of like a serum or shine product. So what I like to do with something like this is when I'm wearing my hair down and my ends get kind of floofy and frizzy, I just spray a little bit of this in and then kind of run my hands through. And I find that to be really easy to use as opposed to like a serum that you put in your hands and maybe get a little too much. This was like an aerosol shine spray, so it was a really fine mist. I've had this forever. It lasted an embarrassing amount of time. I've had this definitely for the time that I've been here at the salon. I've been here 8 years. I've had this forever. It lasted a lifetime. So I do have sort of a serum over there now that I am using, but I prefer to get something like this again. So I'm on the hunt. TG is not cruelty free, so I'm on the hunt for another sort of weightless shine spray that I can use in that same way. So if you know of one, comment down below. I always love to get little tips from you guys. Okay, so let's now move into some skincare products. As always, I have an empty micellar water. So this is the Garnier micellar water. This is just their like original, it's the dry sensitive one. Always get the one with the pink top. It's the one to get when it comes to the Garnier ones. Very happy that Garnier is cruelty free again. This has been my go-to since they made the transition. It's always on sale. I do really like the pump top of the Marcel one that I had been using for a long time, but this one is like half the price. It's a huge bottle. It lasts forever. I use it. Even my husband sometimes uses it to wash his face. It's just a great like multi-purpose product. I use it to take my eye makeup off. I use it to do, sometimes I use it as like my first cleanse when I'm cleansing my makeup at the end of the day. I wash my face with this in the morning rather than going in with a more aggressive cleanser. It's good for so many things. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It takes my makeup off really well without having to do a lot of scrubbing and rubbing. So if you haven't tried a micellar water, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just go for it. I also have a cleanser here that I used up as best I could. There's probably one use in there, but I got sick of squeezing the tube. So this was another product out of that Korean skincare video that I did. These products were sent to me. I'll again link that video in the description box down below, but this was the Bubbling Splash Mask, and it's like a mud cleanser. I've never used a mud cleanser in my life. You can use it as a mask. You can also use it as a cleanser. I was using it as a cleanser. It does say it's a bubbling splash mask. I didn't experience any bubbling per se. If you want to see a full review on this, again, just go watch that video. But I did really like it, despite the fact that it didn't bubble up at all. I really, really liked this. I felt like it cleansed my skin in a really nice, gentle way. You would think this would leave your skin feeling dry. It really didn't. It left the skin just feeling clean and nice and like balanced, you know? And one of my girlfriends, actually, she came over and spent the night, and she has really dry skin, and she washed her face with this and she really liked it as well. So this was a really great product. I would definitely buy this again. The only thing that I did find over time, it's this sort of gray clay. And I did find that over time, it left like a residue in my sink, you know, almost like a gray residue inside of my sink. So I did notice that, which was like not a huge deal, but we do only have one bathroom. So our bathroom sink, it's like pretty dirty pretty fast. So I've noticed since I've used this up and I've switched back to a regular like foam cleanser, I'm like, oh, my sink's so much cleaner. So that was a thing, but it wouldn't deter me from buying the product again. And another product out of that same haul is this moisturizer here. So this was the Squeeze Green Watery Gel Cream. This was a really nice, I've used it up completely. I don't know why I do that, show you the inside of the empty jar. This was a really nice like water sort of gel cream. It really did almost turn into water when you put it into your hands. This was a really nice moisturizer for me and my oily combo skin in the summertime. I found this was just perfect to layer underneath of my makeup, underneath of sunscreen. It wasn't heavy, but it gave me like really nice hydration. It felt very calming on the skin, very cooling. I really, really enjoyed this. Again, I would definitely use this again. These are two products that I thoroughly enjoyed. When I started using these products, I had planned on just using them for a few weeks and then cycling the stuff I had been using back in, and I didn't. I kept these in and used them up completely because I enjoyed them so much. I've got a couple other moisturizers in here. I used up the Farmacy Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer. Really, really liked this. I like the Farmacy products. I don't think there's been anything from them that I haven't tried. It was this really fun, like green gel moisturizer. It has the same scent as their cleansing balm, the green cleansing balm that they have. It almost has like a little bit of a lime scent to it. I really like that. If you don't like scented products though, it is like a noticeable scent, but I find it to be very refreshing. It's not like a perfumey smell, you know? Didn't irritate my skin at all. Felt really nice, layered really well, again, under makeup, under my sunscreen because it's really lightweight, but gave me a nice amount of moisture. It lasted a really long time. It was great for daytime for me. I did tend to use something a little bit heavier sort of at nighttime, but I really like this. I would definitely repurchase this. I also have the Deep Sweep, I think that's what it's called, toner that comes in the same line, and I also have the cleanser that comes in this line. So I think the whole range is really good, but I did use up this moisturizer completely and I loved it. And then the other moisturizer that I used up was this one here. So this is the Murad City Skin Overnight Detox Moisturizer. I was using this as like a night cream. This has some really nice vitamin C, like antioxidant ingredients. It had kind of a shea butter kind of feel to it. Really nice and hydrating, really nice and thick. I found with this, I really didn't need to put a facial oil over top. It really was like nicely occlusive to kind of lock in all of my serums. It had that fun kind of pump top on it, which was nice because I tend to use probably more product than what I need. So I find when you have that kind of pump top, it gives you exactly what you need every time. And usually with these types of products, when you aren't able to pump anymore, usually you can kind of open it up and find some more product in there. No. When this was done, it was done. So you really don't waste any product with that. The only thing about it is you don't know when it's almost gone because the jar is very heavy. So it was just like one day it was gone and I was like, oh. For me, that's not a problem because I always have products on backup. But if you're not somebody who keeps products on backup, be careful with packaging like this because you may one day be like, oh, I have no moisturizer. So really, really liked this. It is a higher price point, but I do think that a product like this is worth the money because you really don't need to do like a separate vitamin C serum when you're using a product like this. It's sort of an all-in-one situation. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. I was like, there's one more thing that I wanted to say about this Farmacy moisturizer is that this has a really high amount of niacinamide in it. So with this, I really didn't feel like I needed to go in with a separate niacinamide serum. And when I was using this, I really didn't feel like I needed to go in with a separate vitamin C serum. So I like the idea of sort of streamlining my skincare regimen to where I'm getting those actives that I need in my moisturizers rather than having a bunch of separate steps of different serums that I have to apply. So something to keep in mind with some of these products that might be a little bit more expensive, but if you're looking at not having to have those separate serums, you're probably saving in the long run. So something to think about. And then the last skincare item I have in here, this was a like deluxe size sample that I got from, I think, Sephora. And this was the Murad Rapid Age Spot Correcting Serum. This sort of goes in the same line with that moisturizer. I really didn't notice any difference with this. It has a really nice kind of orangey scent to it. Feels really nice on the skin. I used it in the daytime. I really didn't notice any difference. There goes my fridge again. I really didn't notice any difference in my dark spots while I was using this. I know it's a small bottle, but it lasted a surprising amount of time. I probably got a good 6 weeks of use out of this and really didn't notice any change in the spots. So I don't think I would recommend this. I would recommend the moisturizer, but I don't necessarily think that this is it. And then I've got a handful of makeup products here. So a couple of the usual suspects. We have a mascara and an eyebrow pencil. So I did use up the NYX, what is this called? Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. Just your typical, you know, micro pencil. I really like the NYX one and I really like the CoverGirl one. Those are kind of my two go-to micro pencils from the drugstore that are cruelty free. Taupe is a decent shade for me. It's it's really hard to get any out. It's one of those shades where you can like press harder and get a good kind of dark line, but you can kind of go lightly and get a nice soft line. And I kind of like that. I like that versatility. With this particular shade, I feel like I don't need two pencils. Whereas some of the lighter CoverGirl shades that I like, I almost feel like I need two pencils. I need like one dark one to sort of go underneath and then a lighter one to sort of fill in. So I do really like the NYX Taupe for that reason. I think it's a little more versatile. And then I have a CoverGirl mascara here. So this is the Lash Blast Active. I reviewed this, I think maybe in my last speed reviews. I didn't love this. I mean, there's lots of mascara still in there, but I have been using it for a few months now. It has a wand that I don't love, so it's like kind of flat on one side and like almost like a comb on the other, and I just really didn't like the way that applied. I had to be really precious about how I had the wand turned, you know, one eye versus the other eye. You know, when you go to reach over, that eye's always a little bit more difficult. And the other thing that I didn't like about this is that I found it really hard to remove. So the Lash Blast Active is supposed to be like a smudge-free formula, which I did find that it was. It really didn't budge or give me like the raccoon eyes. That's something I really struggle with mascaras. But on the other side of that, I found this really hard to remove. I really had to rub and rub and rub with my micellar water, which I don't normally need to do with other formulas that also stay put. So for that reason, I wouldn't buy this one again. I still prefer the Lash Blast Clean and the Exhibitionist. Those two I really like from CoverGirl, and they stay in place really well but remove very easily. I've got an empty lip balm here. This is the doTERRA Original Lip Balm. I used to carry the doTERRA products. I don't anymore. I'm really trying to get away from any MLMs. For my own personal reasons. I can't really consider them to be cruelty-free, even if they don't test on animals. This whole nother video, but I really do like these lip balms. They're coconut oil based, so they don't have that waxy feel, and I do really like that. I still have one more of these. It's in my purse. I will enjoy it till the very end, and then I will find something else, but I do really like these a lot. I think at one point in time I was trying to keep my membership going, and so I just kept buying lip balms. Anyways, it's been it's at least been 2 years since I stopped carrying the doTERRA, but I do still have a lot of their products on hand. This eyeliner. Okay, so this eyeliner met a very sad demise. Look at it. Look at it. Ew. So this is the KVD Dagger Tattoo Liner. So I got this in a boxy charm. It's the one that has sort of that slanted brush tip on it. I did not love this liner. I did review it in a speed reviews, and I mentioned in that video, I just didn't like the shape of it. I found it a little bit difficult to apply. It does stay in place really well. I think the KVD liners really do stay put, which I do love, but I just didn't like that slanted tip. I found it a little bit fussy to deal with. I prefer just a nice tapered end. And so the story with this, so, you know, long story short, I would not repurchase this. But the story with what happened to this is I get really watery eyes in the mornings. I have allergies and I'm not a morning person. And you know when you get up early and you're just, anyway, my eyes water in the morning. So I had a winged liner on one day and my eyes were really watering, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw my liner in my purse, because if things get weird when I get to the salon, I think I was filming that day, I was like, I'll have it to touch up. Forgot I had put it in my purse. The lid popped off at some point, and here we are today. So it's completely dried out and like mushed down. I never did find the lid, and to be quite honest, I was like, oh good, I don't have to use that up, because I was just using it up because I had it. Because I don't like to be wasteful. I don't like to like just throw things away. If I can use them and make them work until they're gone, I do prefer to do that. So I would not repurchase this. I am glad that it's gone, but I did not intentionally ruin it. I used up a bottle of the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. I really like this setting spray. It is kind of a small bottle. I don't go through setting spray super fast unless I'm doing a lot of weddings and stuff like that. So I did do a couple of weddings this summer and I did go through, you know, a fair bit of setting spray. I really like this one. I would definitely repurchase this. It has really good ingredients. It doesn't have denatured alcohol in there, which a lot of setting sprays do, so they leave your face feeling really dry. This does a really great job of like locking the makeup in, but not drying your skin out. It's got a nice mister on it. And I kind of like that it's a small bottle. It's not taking up a ton of space in my drawer. Setting sprays can be kind of bulky, and I do usually only try to have like one at a time. Maybe I have one that's like a setting spray and one that's like a glowy type of thing, but I usually just have one on hand. I would recommend this if you're looking for a good cruelty-free drugstore setting spray. I think Catrice makes some really nice ones. And then the last product I have in here is a setting powder. So this is the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. I have had this, if you have been here from the beginning, I think I got this in my very first BoxyCharm, and I loved this. This was such a beautiful setting spray because we were just talking about setting spray. Setting powder. This was like my ultimate under eye setting powder for the last 3 years. I don't know, however long I've had it. I've been using this under the eyes. I didn't generally use it all over the face because I try to get something that's like talc free for the rest of my face, and I do believe this does have some talc in it, but this worked really well for setting my under eyes. It didn't darken my concealer. It set everything in place really nicely, and I loved it so much. Pretty Vulgar products are like, I feel like they're getting harder and harder to find. I don't know if they're going out of business or maybe they're like going out of some of the retailers where they've been before, but if you're looking for a good why do I keep saying setting spray? If you're looking for a good setting powder that works really well underneath the eyes, I think this is a really nice one. So if you can get your hands on it, I do highly recommend it. Wow, that was a lot of empties. That was the most we've had in a long time. If you're into empties, you're welcome. I do have quite a few products at home that are like almost done, so it probably won't be too long before I do another video like this. So if you do like empties videos, make sure you're following me. I will link my playlist in the description box down below. Let me know in the comments down below what products you've used up lately. I always love to chat with you guys down there. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.